Good morning, everybody. We'll call to order our regular meeting of the Mason County Board of Commissioners for May 10th, 2022. We'll begin with our Pledge of Allegiance and ask Steve Dunkel to please lead us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks, Steve. Moving on to item number 3, roll call. If the clerk would please take roll.
Commissioner District 1, Randy Netherland.
I'm here.
Commissioner District 2, Kevin Schutte.
Here.
Commissioner District 3, Sharon Trask.
I'm here.
Very good, thank you. Item number 4, correspondence and organizational business. Item 4.1, if the clerk would please report correspondence.
Washington State Liquor and Cannabis Board sent in the following: a liquor license application for adding privilege to home meat service. Ken Van Buskirk sent in correspondence regarding the Washington State Department of Transportation letter regarding State Route 3 Sweetwater Creek to Hood Canal. Patty McGuire, Mason County Auditor, sent in a revision to the administrative rules for measures in the Mason County voters pamphlet. Larry Capola sent in a response to Ken Van Buskirk's correspondence to both Mason County and the Port of Allen. The Federal Energy Regulatory Commission sent in the 2021 Emergency Action Plan Annual Status Report.
Very good, thank you. Moving on to item 4.2, we have a proclamation regarding National Public Works Week. Commissioner Netherland?
Happily. Whereas this year, 2022, marks the 62nd annual National Public Works Week sponsored by the American Public Works Association and Canadian Public Works Association. And whereas the Public Works Service provides in our community an integral part of our citizens' everyday lives. And whereas the support of an understanding and informed citizenry, I can't say it today, is vital to the efficient operations of public works systems and programs such as water, sewer, roads and highways, and solid waste collection. And whereas the health, safety, and comfort of this community greatly depends on these facilities and services. And whereas the quality and effectiveness of these facilities, as well as their planning, design, and construction, is vitally dependent upon the efforts and skills of our public works employees. And whereas the efficiency of these qualified and dedicated personnel who staff the Public Works Department is influenced by their attitude and understanding of the importance of the work they perform as a team. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Mason County Commissioners hereby designate the week of May 15th through the 21st of 2022 as National Public Works Week in Mason County, and we call upon all citizens and civic organizations to join in activities and events designed to pay tribute to our public works employees and to recognize the substantial contributions they make every day to our health, safety, and comfort of the quality of life. Signed this day on the Board of County Commissioners of Mason County.
Very good, thank you, Commissioner Netherland. Moving on to item 4.3, we have a news release, Fill Public Works Truck, and I think Loretta is going to read that for us.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So we do have an exciting event planned, Commissioners. We're joining together with the City of Shelton in celebration of National Public Works Week. And we're collecting new unopened toiletries and non-perishable foods. And we will be donating those to the Saints Pantry and Turning Point. And you can find the trucks located Thursday, May 19th from 9 a.m. to 2:30. We will have one located at Shelton Outfitters and the Credit Union, OCCU, Uptown Branch, the northeast corner of 7th and Railroad, and at the Belfair QFC. So it's a great opportunity to come down, shake some hands, bring some goodies, and celebrate National Public Works Week. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, Loretta. Okay, moving on to item number 5. It's our open forum for citizen input. This is an opportunity for members of the public to address the commission on any items that are not on today's agenda. Individuals wishing to address the commission have about a 3-minute per person time limit. We'll begin with, are there any members of the public in the room that would like to address the commission? Okay, seeing none. In the room, are there any members of the public joining us virtually that would like to address the commission? If so, please use the hand raise feature on your Zoom, or unmute yourself and try to get my attention that way. Okay, doesn't appear that we have any public comment on Zoom either. So we'll close our open forum for citizen input and move on to item number 6, which is adoption of today's agenda.
Mr. Chair, I move for adoption of today's agenda as presented.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to adopt today's agenda as presented. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The motion carries. Moving on to item number 7, approval of minutes.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve April 11, 2022 briefing minutes and April 12, 2022 regular minutes.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the April 11th, 2022 briefing minutes and April 12th, 2022 regular minutes as presented. Any discussion? Okay, hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? And the motion carries. Moving on to item number 8, this is approval of our action agenda. Commissioners will read through the items on today's action agenda, at which time a commissioner or a member of the public may ask questions and have items removed for a separate discussion and vote. Commissioner Trask, if you'd please take items 8.1 through 3. Commissioner Netherland, 8.4 through 7, and I'll take 8.8 through 10.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Item 8.1, approval of the resolution adopting the 2022 through 2023 Comprehensive Economic Development Strategy project list as recommended by the Mason County Economic Development Council. Item 8.2, approval to authorize Public Works to purchase one used 2006 Peterbilt tractor and 2005 3-axle pup trailer from J&D Enterprises Northwest LLC as a special market condition purchase in the amount of $107,500 plus tax and licensing. Item 8.3, approval to set a public hearing for Tuesday, June 7th at 9:15 a.m. to consider approval of budget supplemental appropriations and amendments to the 2022 budget. Total requests for adjustments to authorized expenditure appropriations in the general fund are $395,719. Total requests to authorized expenditure appropriations in funds other than the general fund are $4,673,822.
Mr. Chair, item number 8.4 reads, approval of warrants and treasurer's electronic remittance claims clearing fund. Warrants number 8087607 through 8087867. The amount $1,480,679.76. Direct deposit fund. Warrants number 86447 through 86843. The amount $785,373.05. Salary Clearing Fund, warrants number 7006605 through 7006628. The amount $516,997.83. Treasurer's Electronic Remittance, $180,433.47. Item number 8.5 reads, approval to implement the Cisco Duo Security Standard Multi-Factor Authentication Program for the amount of $13,342.25. Item number 8.6, approval to appoint David Mallory as an alternate member to the Board of Equalization for a term expiring May 31st, 2023. And item number 8.7, approval of the resolution establishing the county's administrator's level of authority.
Item 8.8, approval of the resolution establishing a facility in parks and naming policy. Item 8.9, approval to set a public hearing for Tuesday, June 7th, 2022 at 9:15 a.m. to amend the 2022 annual construction program and 2022-2027 six-year transportation improvement program. Item 8.10, approval to reappoint Janice Loomis to fill a regular member position of the Board of Equalization for a term ending May 31st, 2025. Commissioners, having read through the items on today's action agenda, are there any questions or items that you would like to have removed for a separate discussion or vote?
Nope.
Okay. Are there any members of the public in the room that would like to have an item removed for a separate discussion or vote, or have questions? Okay. Are there members of the public on Zoom that have questions on any of the action agenda items or would like to have items removed for a separate discussion and vote? Again, use the hand raise feature or simply unmute yourself and state your name. Okay, it doesn't sound like we have anybody on the Zoom who is interested in having a question answered or item removed. So Commissioners, I would entertain a motion.
Mr. Chair, I move for approval of the action agenda as presented.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the action agenda as presented. Commissioners, any discussion?
I have a comment. Item number 8.2 was the approval to authorize Public Works to purchase one used 2006 Peterbilt tractor for $107,000. I want to give an extra special thank you for that. We've gone through a long process, the commission has, in trying to get what's necessary when necessary, not just spending money how we felt or I felt at times that we were just going overboard to get something brand new when it wasn't used very often. The extra work that was put in saved this county $100,000+. And this isn't the first time and it will not be the last. And I wanted to give a special thank you to Public Works for making that difference, because that money gets to be used elsewhere because of the extra work you put in. Thank you for that change in your department.
Thank you, Commissioners. Hats off to Pete Metcalf and Jeremy Seymour and of course Mike for keeping a sharp eye out. And if you come out to take a look at the yard, they've cleaned house. The yard is, all of the surplus junk has been surplus and gone. It's neat, organized, and equipment that's not being utilized has been surplus, and we're making good use. So, like I said, hats off to Pete, Jeremy, and Mike, and others who are making that happen.
Thank you. Commissioner Trask, any comments?
I'll
Any
second
discussion?
that one. We like saving the county money.
I also just want to note on item 8.1, the comprehensive economic development strategy list. Just a special thanks to the folks at the EDC and the legislative committee for working on that and putting it together. This is a really informative document for us. I think as the commission continues down the path of appropriating the American Rescue Plan dollars, having these projects lined out and having some information on them is going to be really helpful as we get into this next round of funding. So a lot of work went into that, a lot of discussion, and so just appreciate the effort by the EDC on that. And then the other comment that I had was on item 8.5, moving to the multi-factor authentication. This is really a critical next step in terms of securing our internet and our IT infrastructure, and so fortunate to represent the commission on the county's IT steering committee with Jen Byerly and Mark Neary and TJ Cannon and Ben Ramsfeld and Diane Zorn. Just a lot of great discussions about how we can ensure that we're meeting our requirements for cybersecurity and protecting all the critical information and processes that the county has. So this is a really good next step, and I'm sure much more to come. Commissioners, if there's no other discussion, I'll call for the vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? And the motion carries. Moving on to item number 9, other business, department heads and elected officials. An opportunity for department heads and elected officials to address the commission on items. Do you want to do an introduction?
Hi, Kel Rowan with Mason County Community Development, and I'm very excited to introduce our new fire marshal, Randy Collins. He'll be starting next Monday, May 16th.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome,
Thank
Randy.
you very
Good to have
much, commissioners, the chair, and members of the general public. I find it very exciting to come. I'm a recent relocated from
I get up, Dietrich.
I beg your pardon. Let me start again. Chair and commissioners, county administrator, members of the general public, I'm excited to be here today. I have thought, as a county employee or future county employee, I think the best thing to do is come meet your legislative body, find out how they work, what's important to them, and also to the general public of Mason County. As a recent transplant up here and now living up here, I greatly enjoy the area. I love the rain, believe it or not. So I find that very welcoming. I'm also looking very much forward to working for Mason County as the new fire marshal. I have a long fire service career, and I believe strongly in a balanced approach to fire prevention and bringing a reasonable outlook to that, and working with members of the business community and the general public and my fellow employees, and of course all of you in this future endeavor. So thank you very much.
Welcome home.
Great to have you, Randy. This is I think this is an exciting opportunity for the county. We've had a 1 day a week fire marshal for for a long time, right? And so now, based on just sort of the growth of the county and the demands that are out there in the community, it's great to have a fire marshal who's going to be with us more than 1 day a week, and look forward to getting to know you a little bit more and working with you as well.
I look forward to it as well. Thank you.
Any other department heads? Okay, great. Moving on to item 10, we have our public hearings. We begin with item 10.1, a public hearing to approve the amendments to Title 16, plats and subdivisions, administrative requirements, and ask staff to come forward and brief.
We have moved this public hearing out until May 24th. So I failed to get the ordinance in time to our attorney, training our new staff person here, and that was my failure. So we're just moving it out 2 weeks, and we'll be back on the 24th to discuss that.
Okay.
Would you like me to make a motion to table it till the 24th?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Mr. Chair, I move that we table this discussion and this hearing to the 24th, opening it back up for a complete hearing, including public testimony.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to continue item 10.1, the public hearing to approve the amendments to Title 16, plats and subdivisions administrative requirements until May 24th at 9:15 a.m., at which time we will reopen for full public comment and deliberation. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? And the motion carries. We'll close item 10.1 and move on to item 10.2, a public hearing to approve the application for the proposed project for Evergreen Mobile, formerly known as Evergreen Estates, which includes a city water main extension along Blevins Road in Mason County, and ask staff to come forward and brief.
Good morning, Commissioners. So, Community Services, along with Public Works and the City of Shelton, are proposing a project with Evergreen Estates where essentially Public Works would work with the city to extend the water main, which would be the first phase of the project. To do so, we are going to apply for the Community Development Block Grant, always a mouthful, for 2022. And that would be for construction funds and then planning funds for the next phase of the process as well.
Okay, great. Commissioners, any questions for staff? Are there any members of the public in the room that have questions for staff on item 10.2? Okay, hearing none. Are there any members of the public on Zoom that have questions for staff on item 10.2? Go ahead and raise your hand or unmute yourself. Okay, hearing none, we will move into public comment. Again, public comment on item 10.2 for individuals wanting to make comment in the room. 3-minute time limit. Are there any members of the public in the room that would like to make comment on item 10.2? Okay, hearing none. Are there any members of the public on Zoom that would like to make comment on item 10.2? Again, use the hand raise feature or unmute yourself. Last time, any members of the public for comment on item 10.2? Okay, hearing no comment on item 10.2, we'll close public comment and move into commissioner deliberation and or motion.
Mr. Chair, I move that we move forward with the application to the 2022 Community Development Block Grant for Phase 1 of the extension to Evergreen Mobile Park.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to move forward with to approve the application to the 2022 Community Development Block Grant for Phase 1 of the project for Evergreen Mobile Park. Any discussion, commissioners?
Mr. Chair, yeah, just a thank you on that one. This has been a long time coming. You guys have had a lot of work that you've had to put in to get to this point. This has been an issue that has been a problem in the county with the septics and the failures and all the things that are necessary to actually bring them into compliance with all parts of it. It has to start somewhere, and this is your first big giant boulder you're moving, so thank you very much for doing this and getting it started.
Thank you. Thank you. Commissioner Trask, any comment?
Yeah, real quick, want to thank staff. Amazing job, and it's neat to see us partnering with the city. I think that too is something that we haven't jumped onto enough in the past. So it's truly excited about that. And then also to be able to help the residents of the park, I think that's huge. We're stopping and helping possible environmental impacts. And so I think that this is the best move forward. So thank you guys.
Thank you, Commissioners. Yeah, I'll echo both of those comments. Just first, thanks to our staff for continuing to work on this, as well as staff at both the city, DOH. I see Fern Schultz is on our Zoom room from Department of Health, as well as folks from the Department of Ecology. This actually became part of the RIA 14 watershed planning project work, and so this is impactful not only for that community and making sure that they have access to clean water but we're also addressing some environmental concerns and doing, I think, a really good capital improvement project with the city as well. So this, I think, checks a lot of really important boxes, and just appreciate all the work on it and look forward to a successful application returned. So thank you. If there's no additional discussion, I'll call for the vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? The motion carries. We'll close item 10.2 and our public hearings. And move on to item number 11, our board calendar and reports. Begin with Commissioner Trask, Commissioner Netherland, and then I will finish up.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So let's see. Today I am having lunch with a constituent, a very dear friend. At Turning Point, a couple of Turning Point meetings today. Then I will be in Tacoma at the Washington State Association of Counties Legislative Steering Committee meetings. We have Timber County meetings during this. It's a great time for the members of other commissioners and other council members to meet. It's great to hear that we're not the only ones that have problems, and so it's kind of nice working together to solve those problems. So it's cool. And then I have a courthouse security meeting, a local emergency planning meeting, Public Works Executive Committee meeting, a Pac Mountain Finance meeting, lunch with another very dear friend on Friday. Friday is also the soft opening celebration for Fire Station 21 in Belfair. Saturday is a fundraiser for the Humane Society out at Alderbrook. If you don't have tickets, get your tickets now. We have no meetings next week, thank you very much. And then the following week, I am going to take a little vacation. Super excited about that. And then we're back on Monday the 23rd. We have our county briefings, the WASAC virtual assembly. We have, and then we're back on Tuesday for our commission meetings.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Netherland?
So my week was a little bit briefer than normal, but that's because for a change, I actually ran away from home for a couple of days, and I went to New Mexico. I got a chance to stay on a ranch that had been in my family for over 125 years. The Netherland Ranch was established back in the days of the old Chisholm Trail. My great-great-grandfather was the trail boss for that, so it was a fun adventure. But with that being said, I also don't miss meetings, so I was in the middle of the desert finding a place where my cell phone would work, standing on a hill, I'm not kidding you, standing on a hill in the middle of the desert out there, so I can attend the cemetery board meeting of all the exciting things, but it was necessary. So we had our briefings, we had executive sessions during that. I also had the Law Enforcement and Firefighters Board meeting. I had many meetings this last week with citizens. There's a lot going on out there in the community with a lot of questions. I'm starting to go broke though, so eventually I'm just gonna have to tell them coffee only. I can't keep buying lunch every day. We don't have an expense account, folks. The commission doesn't. We pay for everything. I met and attended the Pioneer School superintendent interview. It was really interesting. Two great candidates, completely different. One's very stoic and more of the hard type leader. The other one was very bubbly and happy but still the same type of leader, just the type that brings them more with sugar than vinegar. But both are very, very impressive to me. there was a question that a citizen asked me that I got to ask them that really made a difference for how I feel about it, and it's an interesting question we should all consider. Out in the Pioneer School District, they actually have a private school system out there too, a religious one, and the question that a citizen asked me to ask was, how do you intend to work with them and pull them into the fold to work together on different issues and perhaps save money? And I thought, wow, what a great issue. And literally one had an answer and one was amazed I would even ask such a thing, because they are different. So that told me something right there. So I've got one that I'm very much hoping for, because I think you have to work together with them. I think it's beneficial and it will save money, and they're still the same community. So with that, more citizens briefings. In the next week here, I have Olympic Regional Clean Air Authority meeting. I've been asked to attend the TIPCAP meeting, so I will be at the TIPCAP meeting. I've been asked by a couple of those members. MTA Policy Board meeting, an ORCA Finance meeting. I've got more meetings with citizens. Mason County Housing Authority walkthrough. Commissioners, I would like to, I'm going through another walkthrough. I went through a walkthrough. I was very sad, and I would like to have you I'd like to invite you that we do it as a commission to walk through some of the units. I was very sad, and but it's nothing that can't be taken care of in the future, but it's going to take a long time, and I think you will be as surprised as I was. Although they're doing great and they're working real hard to put things back together again, they have a lot of years of neglect that have to be, and we're talking everything's fallen off. You'll see yourself, I hope. So if you don't mind, I'll try to have it put on one of our agendas. Maybe we can take a trip one day and go out there on the units. Thank you. I'll be attending 3 different kickoffs this next week. The North Mason Regional Fire Authority, I will also be there for that, for their grand opening. The Sales and Tales, which is the fundraiser for the Humane Society, I'm their guest MC, so I'll be there also with that one as well. And then we have a Mason Transit Authority meeting in the meantime. And that brings us back to, since we're not having meetings, we could go on several weeks, but I think we'll just leave it at that.
Very good, thank you. Following today's meeting, have MACECOM board meeting, and then later on this week, have the opioid stakeholder group meeting, as well as the EDC's board retreat and IT steering committee. Also have a regular EDC board meeting. And then I have a meeting of the ecosystem coordination board with the Puget Sound Partnership. And I'll be attending Jamie Taylor's coroner kickoff. Also have a meeting with the BH ASO, as well as the North Mason Fire Station open house. Next week, have a meeting with a couple of constituents, and then I'll be attending Representative McEwen and Griffey's kickoff, Hood Canal Coordinating Council meeting, a Thurston Mason BH ASO governing board meeting, as well as Lydia Buchheit's retirement reception, which is going to be here in the commission chamber. And then back for briefings in my BH ASO bi-weekly staff check-in on the 23rd before our next commission meeting. Commissioners, anything else to come before the board at this time?
I want to just clarify so that the public does know. It's not that I'm doing anything different than they are when I go to the Mason County Housing Authority board for those walkthroughs. They asked me to represent them on that board, so I'm just bringing back to them. So I just wanted to make it clear it's nothing something separate. It's just something we do together. But I'm telling them what I saw as a representative on there. I'm ex officio. I'm not voting, so they're fully involved, and I can say extremely involved, because there's been a lot of money come out of this commission in order to save them and keep them afloat and keep them working. So I just wanted to make that very, very clear. It wasn't me doing something on my own. They are fully vested in all this.
Yeah, I think that's I appreciate that point, and I think perhaps you can talk to the board, and maybe Mark can work with it. And just in addition to having a walkthrough schedule, I think since we have contributed so much of the county's money to the Housing Authority, it'd be great to have them come in and join us for a briefing so that they could provide some updates on where things are.
And after you brought that up, I did bring that up to them, and they are willing to do it. They'll set up a time. It'd be great if we could do it all the same day. That would be wonderful.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic. Great. Okay, commissioners, anything else? Okay, with that, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded that we adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? We're adjourned. Have a good day, everybody.